Welcome to MC in Focus, Montgomery County only run student newscast. With you this week, I'm Connie Ngozi.
And I'm Jasmine Humphreys. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Soft drink companies Coca-Cola and Pepsi are dropping the active ingredient brominated vegetable oil from their products. This is all due to the controversial ingredient being harmful to one's health and well-being. The cases from bromine are toxic and considered to be a poisonous chemical. This chemical is used to stabilize the citrus oils and prevent them from separating and making the drink look cloudy. Bromine is still used in Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, and Snapple drinks. Consumers recently reached out by banning the use of the ingredient. The manufacturers encourage using it because it helps them to market the product. Companies will begin phasing out bromine to comply with the FDA regulations. Could this mean a decrease in soft drink sales?
South Africans turned out to voting station earlier this week, the election that marks the 20th since the end of apartheid. The ruling party, African National Congress, the party that was once led by Nelson Mandela, is expected to win the polls despite allegations of inequality, unemployment, and corruption, focusing on the current President Jacob Zuma's private home upgrades using the taxpayers' money. ANC could see a decrease of votes from the 69.9% it won in 2009 election. The born-free generation, those born after the end of apartheid, were able to cast their vote for the first time. The final results will be revealed this afternoon.
It has been 3 weeks since the teenage girls in Nigeria have been kidnapped. More than 270 girls were taken because they were trying to get their education. In a video released Monday, Islamic group leader Boko Haram Ahu admits that the kidnapping and the girls were because they wanted them to be slaves and threatens he will sell them into marriage.
The ones that are taking us for granted.
When the men who are supposed to be guarding us are taking us for granted.
The Obama administration is preparing a team of specialists to send to Nigeria to recover the missing girls. UN officials are warning the kidnappers that they could face arrest and prison under the international law. Protests and rallies are taking place all over America, and a social media campaign called Bring Back Our Girls has gained lots of attention. The Wizards game may be in the next round of the NBA playoffs for the second time in 1982. Since 1982, but not everyone is happy about the news. Fans looking forward to the Lady Gaga concert next Thursday at Verizon Center were worried there could be a concert postponed in the scheduling conflicts. If the series against the Indiana Pacers will require a sixth game, it will fall on the same night as the concert. Fans of Lady Gaga, otherwise known as Little Monsters, took to social media to voice their displeasure. In an update, Verizon Center officials were able to work with promoters for Gaga and were able to move the concert forward. This coming Monday, May 12th.
We'll be right back after these student-produced commercials.
Art is everywhere. When listening to a musician, when bringing joy to people, when you are working, when you're being a superhero, or you'll find it while walking on the street. Help save the arts.
The effort to reduce the number of deer in Montgomery County continues. Deer are running rampage on busy roads and residential areas. This has been an ongoing issue for the county. Destroyed properties and the threat of disease has prompted the county to construct a proposal that will help correct the issue. More money is to be set aside by the county to finance deer hunt by hiring sharpshooters. The current approved budget for the proposal is around $127. The county will vote on an official budget for the plan on May 22nd.
It almost seems like we skipped a season as it already feels like summer outside. Today, temperatures are expected to reach the mid to upper 80s. Although we could be in for a thunderstorm or two later on this afternoon, tomorrow the high temperatures will reach the mid-70s with lows expected in the 60s. But again, we should be on the lookout for the thunderstorms in the afternoon and on to the evenings. On Sunday, temperatures will reach the low 80s with sunny skies, lows expected in the 50s. This week ahead should remain warm as temperatures should stay in the upper 60s through the week. So make sure to get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather this weekend and throughout the week.
A grant program from the Neighborhood Association is now applicable in the city for Gaithersburg funding under the Frederick J. Felton Neighborhood Matching Grant Program. The program grants is up to $5,000. 2015 fiscal budget has allocated $60,000 for the grant. These funds will be used towards improving sidewalks, sewage, fence replacement, parking lot enhancement, and much more. The deadline to apply is July 15th.
Every year, thousands of groups and individuals gather around the world to help raise funds for water and humanitarian aid in Nigeria. You can work with your community or schools to raise funds. Amen Water is a life humanitarian program that is holding the Azo Walk Culture Festival Saturday, May 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., followed by a 3-mile walk for the water. The walk begins at 12:30 in the afternoon on Locust Grove Nature Center in Bethesda, Maryland.
Montgomery College very own Enactus team made it through 2 rounds of competition, moving on to the semifinal, placing 9th. Enactus is an international non-profit organization. They work with business leaders and higher education to mobilize university students to make a difference in their communities. They have competition where the businesses leaders act as judges and review teams' projects. The project must help people in need and must improve their community. The semifinals only had 20 spots. When MC placed 9th, they were the highest placing 2-year college yet. The Montgomery College students who presented at this year's competition were sophomore and freshmen. They were Jenna Shark, Zach Bloom, Abigail Hollinsworth, Kenny Vale, Menaza Fernando, Anna Saavedra, and Faith Harrington.
The Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association is hoping that they can address the issue of high school kids' safety on the football field. They have implemented USA Heads Up football program. This program will educate high school kids about concussion prevention, guidelines for proper equipment, rules for nutrition, and information about the proper ways to tackle. Executive Director Ned Sparks says that this program will be put into use in 60% of the schools this year.
Maryland summer tends to be hot and humid. Flying Dog Brewery just released what many are calling the most Maryland beer ever. Heather Welliver was there for the launch.
Hi, I'm Heather Welliver with MC in Focus. Today we are at the Flying Dog Brewery at their launch of their new beer, Dead Rise Old Bay Summer Ale.
So right now we're celebrating the launch of Dead Rise Old Bay Summer Ale. It's a beer that we developed for over 6 months to kind of highlight the unmistakable character of Old Bay, but then also bring in refreshing citrus hop character. So it's perfect to drink while picking crabs and just, during our hot and humid Maryland summers. Our brewers here at Flying Dog actually worked with the spice experts at Old Bay for over 6 months to develop the recipe. So we added the Old Bay into the brewing process at the perfect time to get a lot of aroma. So you get a lot of that Old Bay on the nose, followed up by kind of some subtle citrus. And then as you're drinking the beer, you get some nice, bright citrus hop quality, and it finished is very refreshing and dry. We actually work with the gonzo artist Ralph Steadman, whose work is most known for Hunter S. Thompson, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and to have Ralph illustrate a Maryland blue crab, for the label of the beer was pretty remarkable. Dead Rise benefits a program called True Blue, and what True Blue does is advocate on behalf of the 5,500 watermen that are working in the Chesapeake Bay. So the Maryland blue crab is a little threatened right now by foreign imported crab meat that's a little cheaper. What True Blue does is work to convince restaurants and consumers to continue to buy local and support an industry that the Chesapeake Bay is really known for.
All right, here we go. I'm about to give it a try. It's my first taste. Smells good. Wow, now that is good. You can taste the Old Bay. It's crisp and refreshing. That's a winner.
Signing off for MC in Focus, I'm Heather Welliver.
There's a lot going on in the world of sports. Taking you through it like only he can, here is the man himself, Mr. Carlos Mesa.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Connie. Welcome to the last live edition of In Focus Sports. I'm your host, Carlos Mesa. Let's get things started here at home, as the Montgomery College men's baseball team won 3 out of their final 4 games and are awaiting the start of the regional tournament. As for our Lady Raptors, they were only able to win 2 out of their final 4 games they played this week, which included 2 wins in the D3 regional softball tournament. Now onto the professional scene, as both the Washington Nationals and Baltimore Orioles are playing above 500 baseball. That's right, folks. We got 2 first-place teams here in the nation's capital. The Nats open up a series in Oakland against the Athletics today. Also, the O's open up a series today against the Houston Astros at home. Now, let's hope both of these teams can keep up their winning ways. Now it's time for some NBA playoffs. As in the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Pacers tied up the series against our hometown Washington Wizards. Game 3 is tonight. Hopefully they can pull the lead in that series. The Miami Heat take a commanding 2-0 lead over the Brooklyn Nets in their matchup. In the Western Conference semifinals, the Oklahoma City Thunder also tied up their series against Lob City Los Angeles Clippers 1-1. Rip City, aka the Portland Trailblazers, weren't able to tie up their series against the number 1 seed San Antonio Spurs and are now facing a 2-0 deficit. In NHL hockey news, the Washington Capitals are still in search for a new coach and general manager. Candidates for the new coaching position have been listed to be Hall of Famer Wayne Gretzky and former Rangers and Canucks coach John Tortorella. Wayne Gretzky his name has also been thrown in the hat for filling the position as new general manager. Finally, the first round of the NFL draft has come and passed, and without a shot of a doubt, defensive end Jadeveon Clowney was the number 1 pick going to the Houston Texans. The next 4 picks were offensive tackle Greg Robinson to the St. Louis Rams, quarterback Blake Bortles to the Jacksonville Jaguars, wide receiver Sammy Watkins went to the Buffalo Bills as the Browns traded their pick to Buffalo, and finally, linebacker Khalil Mack is an Oakland Raider. And within Focus Sports, back to you, Connie and Jasmine.
Carlos.
You're welcome.
Parents who are looking for something to do this weekend don't have to look far. The Perilla Performing Arts Center at the Rockville campus at Montgomery College has a play for the little ones tomorrow. The Teacher from the Black Lagoon and Other Storybooks is a musical spanning several popular children's stories. This Theater Works USA presentation begins at 11 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday, May 10th. You can call the box office for tickets at 240-567-5301 or visit the website at www.montgomerycollege.edu/PAC. Thanks for checking out our last show for MC in Focus. I'm Jasmine Humphreys.
I'm Connie Ngozi.
And I'm Carlos Mesa.
Bye.
See you guys around. Have a good weekend.
Bye.